Now, on a related matter, Democrats' runaway inflation includes skyrocketing costs to keep the lights on and to heat or cool homes. We're also witnessing the dangerous vulnerabilities that Democrats in places like California have built into their electrical grids. California Democrats have spent years putting green lifestyle preferences ahead of the basic needs of working families. The result is a grid that's both more expensive and less reliable. We've seen the same California Democrats who spent years pushing their citizens to buy expensive electric cars now begging the public not to plug them in. And even as California teeters on the brink of an energy crisis of European proportions, Washington Democrats are pushing the rest of the country in the very same risky direction. They made their signature priority for this year spending even more of the people's money to take us even farther in the wrong direction, even faster. Last month, our Democratic colleagues rammed through a gigantic party line bill that raises taxes on reliable domestic American energy in order to subsidize wealthy people buying electric cars or fancy new appliances. Every Democratic senator cast a deciding vote for that reckless spending spree. That includes the senior senator for West Virginia, who claims he only did so because the Democratic leader promised him that Democrats would line up behind permitting reform to make it easier to build things and complete projects in our country. But now, very predictably, this backroom deal is crumbling before our eyes. Almost 60 days after our colleague from West Virginia gave up his vote for this vague promise, it still appears that far left and House Democrats want no part of this backroom deal that they didn't sign on to. As for the Republican side, our colleague, Senator Capito, has put forward a real, actual, substantive permitting reform bill that would make the common sense changes our country needs. Senator Capito's substitute bill stands in stark contrast to what every indication thus far suggests will be weak reform and name-only legislation from her home state colleague. As luck would have it, Senator Capito's real plan is also closer to passing the Senate than Senator Manchin's reform and name-only plan. Senator Manchin's recently told reporters that his version may need 20 Republican votes to become law, but Senator Capito's plan only needs Senator Manchin and 9 other Democrats to get on board. We're talking about real, substantive reform that is already closer to becoming law. But so far, our Democratic colleague from West Virginia has refused to back his colleague's common sense proposal. He's shown little appetite to actually get something accomplished. So, Mr. President, talk is cheap. If our colleague across the aisle wants real permitting reform, Senator Capito's fantastic bill only needs Senator Manchin plus 9 more Democrats to clear this chamber. Otherwise, it would appear the senior senator from West Virginia traded his vote on a massive liberal boondoggle in exchange for nothing.